Good afternoon. This is Gabriel Jackson. Welcome to BJC Halacha A number 1568, part 2. This is really part 2 from Halacha 1565 about setting up the partitions on Shabbos. If one wants to have relations, or also cover up those books, and we don't want to make a tent. Okay, and really we just have one more half to this Halacha, dedicated in loving memory of Daniela Bas Tzvi and Neshama Shavnaliyah. Similarly, the partition called a Spanish wall, which is really an accordion wall, may not be opened on Shabbos unless it was already partially opened, at least one tefach, and we said it's about 3.2 inches, the size of a fist, from before Shabbos. As long as you open it a little before Shabbos, you can continue to extend it. But you can't initially open it on Shabbos. But that amount which it takes up when it is standing in a folded position, even if the wall that it forms while folded is wider than a tefach, does not help. It must actually have been open at least one tefach more than the space it takes up when folded. We talked about that last week also. That again, when you just close it, but it's already, when it's closed, it's already is tefach. Therefore I can open it? No. You have to initially have opened it a little bit before Shabbos. You can't rely on that space, even though that space is a tefach, 3.2 inches. The proceeding applies to a petition that is made for the purpose of permitting an activity that would otherwise be prohibited. The Yetzer, the author, now discusses a petition made for other purposes. However, with respect to a temporary petition that one does not make with the intention to render something permitted, but rather to shield from the sun or to shield from the wind so that it should not extinguish the lamps, or for any other similar purpose, one is permitted to make it. So he says in the footnote, as explained above, the sages' prohibition against erecting temporary shelters applies only to one with a roof, but not to a roofless partition, unless the partition has halachic significance and one makes it with the halachic purpose in mind. So again, all these were prohibited only if, again, one wanted to have relations, but if one just wants to open it up to, prevent the candles from blowing out or to protect himself from the sun, which there's no prohibition involved there, and you're not allowing something permitted that was normally prohibited, then that's perfectly fine. So you got to know the exact case in each situation to know if it's permitted or prohibited. Okay, and that I think concludes the chapter on Shabbos. Thanks for listening to Sponsored Future Halacha 36, 100 for the gold. See you tomorrow.